guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm your host TKK and we are back with another video, guys. We are back. Hopefully everybody's doing fine. I feel great. Guys, it is Monday, October the 14th, 2024 as I'm recording this, sitting down in my game room. I wanted to make this content for you guys to talk a little bit about the LG G4 OLED. Now, I made an announcement on my community tab. I made a post, must have been about a month ago now. Maybe 3 weeks pushing a month that I bought the G4. I bought this TV in 83-inch, and the part of the country that I live in, it's hurricane season. And so there have been two, maybe three, two major, maybe one minor hurricane that has hit my area or passed through my area, right? In some capacity, just making it where deliveries, installs, things of that sort just kind of get knocked back. So we should have had content around this TV unboxing and everything else about a month ago. Seriously, I bought the TV and I was just looking at a 2-day window from a perspective of having it delivered and installed. I actually elected to get this installed. And so I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about like the purchase decision because I made the post and, I kind of followed up with another one saying that I was safe from the most recent hurricane, and it caught the interest of some viewers. They asked me, hey, well, what about this? I've made some comments before. One of the videos I made was an open letter to LG, just kind of speaking about my passion, my respect for the company, and how I feel like, the ball has been dropped essentially with their decisions and the lack thereof decisions to go in the direction of working with Samsung Displays to produce a TV under their umbrella that has a quantum dot panel, a quantum dot OLED panel. And, I still stand firm to that, right? But I don't think that white OLEDs or WOLEDs are not great TVs. I understand, the micro lens array technology pretty much adds a second life into it, okay? It's another level, definitely. But nonetheless, I've expressed my distaste on the company that I actually do like and respect and not going in the direction. I'm a firm believer that QD OLED is the pinnacle. It's the absolute best that you could get from a perspective of like technology. You're just getting the best, the most vibrancy, saturation potential, the brightest of the bright from an OLED panel that comes from the A95L, your S90D, your S95D, your S95C, hell, your S95B. It's just historically, we're getting the best, most vivid punch from those panels. And so those TVs go as large as 77-inch, which has brought me to my decision to buy this LG G4 TV. Now, earlier in the year, if you didn't catch wind, I've had some breaks in my channel, right? We have not made content as much as we have in the prior 3 years. We've been doing this 3 years. So the last 2.5 years, I've been more consistent with just cramming out content, making sure I revisit products that I reviewed, TVs, PCs, different things like that. But, I had some family issues I had to deal with. Lost my pops. I appreciate the condolences. I'm in a much better space. So this isn't one of those videos. And then my mom was very sick leading before my father passed. And so I spent a lot of time away. Well, honestly, this all started around the time where I purchased the Sony Bravia 9 TV. Okay. I bought the TV in 65-inch. To date, it's one of 2 TVs that I have not stuck with. The first TV that I reviewed on my channel that I got rid of was the 55-inch LG G3. We're a little bit all over the place, but this video is for those people that want to hear it. So I bought the 55-inch LG G3 OLED last year. I had it next to S90C when I had both TVs on the wall. And I returned or did an exchange of the 55 G3 for the 77 G2 that's on the wall, right? And the Bravia 9 also picked that up, got it at 65-inch. Now, listen, I was gun-ho for the Bravia 9. I wanted an 85-inch. 85 was not available at the time for the retailer that I bought it from. And so, I opted for the 65-inch. My vision was, hey, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my A95K, which was in the bedroom. And believe it or not, The only reason I didn't move the A95K out the bedroom is because it's so damn heavy. I have it connected with the base that's included to the TV, and man, it's a monster. It really is. So anyway, the Bravia 9 enjoyed the TV, added a lot of difference to my experience with TVs. And so, I think innovation is a good thing. Show Me the LED definitely has some great strides and definitely a place. I'd love to see a Bravia 9 in like a 100 inch or something like that. I think that'd be ridiculous. In any event, because my mother got sick, I had to take a trip to Michigan. I ended up staying in Michigan for about 2 months. And so, based on all of the different financial decisions I had to make, the things that I had to do and take care of in Michigan, still having things to manage here, I made a decision to return that TV. And so while I was in Michigan, I actually got a return during that time. Once I got there and got settled and was like, damn, I'm gonna be here for a long time. My intentions were to maybe come back, thinking my mom would be good, and get back to some review content for it. Once I seen that I was gonna be there at least a month, I was like, yeah, man, I'm just gonna have to revisit this TV. And so I returned the TV, had them pick it up in Florida, and while I was in Michigan, and so that was kind of that. So when I did get back eventually, I was kind of like, man, I'm this is gonna sound bad, but I was kind of bored with the TVs that I have. Even though I have the 895L, we got a 55S95D, we got a 40 inch, a 40-ish inch C4. That Bravia 9 was a very exciting TV. And the truth is, my purchase of the 65 Bravia 9 was going to lead to me swapping it with the 85 inch because I was really bent on buying a larger TV this year. My 895L was not set to be like my grand TV this year. That TV is moving to my bedroom. And so here we are. Um so upon my research, I just said, you know what? I'm gonna just I'm gonna go with the G4. I want to go into an 80-inch TV. I don't think that I'll be upgrading if even if there's a quantum dot next year that is an 83-inch or larger. I mean, sidebar, like, I really think they should be shooting for like an 87 something to go beyond. There needs to be something that Samsung displays creates that needs to go beyond what 83 inches, but that's my opinion. In any event, I say, hey man, I want something that's going to be larger than the 77 that I've been experienced. And here we are, man. I did enough research. I've looked at a lot of reviews. I've actually spent some time with a G4 when I was in Michigan. And so, I'm just like, man, this TV is pretty badass. And it's the largest one that I can get, right, from an OLED perspective. Just the opportunity with the B9. It was a great TV. I really love how bright it was. The shadow detail was off the freaking charts, but it's not an OLED. And I mean, that's kind of what everybody says. And I say that too as a realistic consumer. It's not an OLED. So here we are, man. We bought the G4, and I've had 3 separate cancellations slash reschedules. I'm slated to have the TV in a couple of days. Now, one issue I may run into because I am going to have this thing mounted. They did start giving you the TV with a base if you got a certain size. And if you got a larger size, like an 83, like I did, it comes with the wall mount. Um, so I'm in a position where I want to get this TV mounted on a wall that I believe is brick. I don't know, like where I have the A95L. If you've seen my setup, I did a feature wall, so I like painted the wall this like plum color, and so it pops really well. And that wall is not like a regular wall because I actually tried to mount that TV. I mounted this TV. I mounted like 3 of my 77 inches that I currently have on the walls, and so that TV, that wall, I wasn't able to go to. Now, I don't have any special tools or anything to pierce through whatever that structure is, and so my first hiccup was that when I set for the install, I put notes in that I think it's a brick wall, and so they canceled it based on that. And then I had to reschedule, and then when I talked to the company, they were like, well, the notes say this, and you kind of have to go and get that. So I had them change it to just standard install. Like I have another place I'm going to install it at. And if all else fails, I'll just have them install it on a Sanus base. That base holds from 65 to 86 inches. It's actually the base that I have the A95L on is 77 inch. I think I'm going to keep that base where it is, move it to the bedroom, and then just buy another one of those and have it in preparation for those guys to set that up and just install it on a TV stand or I just pay them the difference when they're in home, which is weird because you can pay them the difference when they're in home, but if you don't have it set onto the install order and they see that there's notes that say that there's a brick finish, they won't come out unless you get it on there. So it's a really weird dynamic. So that was the first hiccup. The second and third hiccup was, of course, these hurricanes, which I understand that safety first. I wasn't much concerned about my home being in a danger zone or anything like that, but making sure that these people that do these installs and things like that are safe. So I was totally cool with that. But that's my story. I'm really excited to get this TV. I think this TV is going to be the ultimate TV for me. I believe that I will set with the 83-inch size for at least 2 years. So I believe that, let's say this year and let's say 2025. So let's say the remaining of 24 and then 25. I believe I'll sit with this TV. I think anything bigger goes into the space of me getting ready to buy like a new home in the future, where I'll probably look into like a theater room. And even if I'm going to a theater room, for me personally, I don't think I want to get down with the projector. I got a really good friend, Tech Enthusiasm, got a really popular channel, does a lot of tech stuff. He's in Michigan based. He's got the big projector. Me personally, I would rather build the room out for the TV. So going like 97-inch, you know what I mean, OLED would be like optimal for me, just because I'm more acclimated with a TV than I am a projector. And so I've seen the vision of good, but that's kind of what I would like to go with. So that's the story, man. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully everybody's been good. We're about to have a bunch of content, obviously, like unboxing. We're gonna be going through a lot of different things, and I'm going to be bringing you guys some content around the S95C. I've been asked many of questions about that TV. I still do own it. If the flickering has changed, things like that. The short answer is no, but we'll get more in depth into it, do some testing, maybe get some video shot. And I'm gonna catch you guys on the next video. Peace, God bless, and as I always say, max love.